In this video, we will examine 6 biggest stereotypes about INTP personality types and determine whether they are true or false. Number 1. INTPs are absent-minded professors. The stereotype of INTPs as absent-minded professors paints a picture of individuals deeply engrossed in their thoughts and intellectual pursuits, often to the point of neglecting practical matters and everyday responsibilities. This stereotype suggests that INTPs may become so absorbed in their ideas and analyses that they forget about mundane tasks or fail to pay attention to their surroundings. In many portrayals, INTPs are depicted as absent-minded intellectuals who may lose track of time, forget appointments, or overlook important details in their daily lives. They may appear disorganized or scatterbrained to those around them, giving off an air of absent-mindedness that is often associated with the absent-minded professor archetype. However, it's essential to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many INTPs may indeed display absent-minded tendencies, others may have developed strategies to balance their intellectual pursuits with their practical responsibilities. Additionally, external factors such as environmental stimuli, stress levels, and personal habits can also influence an INTP's propensity for absent-mindedness. So in conclusion, while there is some truth to the stereotype of INTPs as absent-minded professors, it is not universally true for all individuals of this personality type. While many INTPs may exhibit absent-minded tendencies due to their deep immersion in intellectual pursuits, others may manage to maintain a better balance between their academic interests and practical responsibilities. Number 2. INTPs are detached and aloof. The stereotype of INTPs being detached and aloof suggests that they prioritize logic and reason over emotions, leading them to appear emotionally distant or uninvolved in social interactions. This stereotype paints a picture of individuals who may struggle to express or understand emotions, instead preferring to focus on intellectual pursuits and analytical thinking. The stereotype of INTPs as detached and aloof is rooted in their dominant cognitive function of introverted thinking, or TI, which drives them to analyze and characterize information in a logical and systematic manner. INTPs are naturally inclined to prioritize objective reasoning over subjective emotions, which can sometimes lead them to appear emotionally distant or indifferent to the feelings of others. However, it's important to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many INTPs may indeed approach social interactions with a logical and analytical mindset, others may be capable of expressing empathy and forming meaningful emotional connections with others. External factors such as individual upbringing, personal experiences, and emotional intelligence can also influence an INTP's ability to engage emotionally in social situations. In conclusion, while there may be some truth to the stereotype of INTPs being detached and aloof, it is not universally true for all individuals of this personality type. While many INTPs may prioritize logic and reason over emotions, others may be capable of expressing empathy and forming meaningful emotional connections with others. Number 3. INTPs are overthinkers. The stereotype of INTPs as overthinkers suggests that they have a tendency to analyze and ruminate on various ideas, scenarios, and possibilities to an excessive degree. This stereotype paints a picture of individuals who may become caught up in their thoughts, leading to indecision, overanalysis, and a tendency to second-guess themselves. The stereotype of INTPs as overthinkers is rooted in, as we mentioned before, their dominant cognitive function of introverted thinking, which drives them to critically evaluate information and ideas in a systematic and analytical manner. INTPs are naturally inclined to seek understanding and clarity in their observations, and may be prone to getting lost in their thoughts as they strive to make sense of the world around them. However, it's important to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many INTPs may indeed have a tendency to overthink, others may have developed strategies to balance their analytical tendencies with practical decision-making. External factors such as environmental stimuli, stress levels, and individual life experiences can also influence an INTP's propensity for overthinking. So in conclusion, the stereotype of INTPs as overthinkers holds true to a significant extent. Their dominant cognitive function of introverted thinking predisposes them to engage in deep analysis and contemplation, often leading to excessive rumination and indecision. While not all INTPs may exhibit this tendency to the same degree, many do find themselves caught up in their thoughts, exploring various possibilities and scenarios to a significant extent. Therefore, while there may be exceptions, the stereotype of INTPs as overthinkers accurately reflects a common aspect of their personality. Number 4. INTPs are socially awkward. The stereotype of INTPs as socially awkward suggests that they struggle in social situations and may exhibit behaviors that are perceived as awkward or uncomfortable by others. This stereotype paints a picture of individuals who may find it challenging to navigate social interactions and may feel out of place in social settings. The stereotype of INTPs as socially awkward is rooted in their dominant cognitive function of introverted thinking, which drives them to analyze and understand the world through logical frameworks. INTPs may struggle to connect with others on an emotional level, preferring to engage in discussions that are intellectually stimulating rather than socially engaging. However, it's important to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many INTPs may indeed feel more comfortable in solitary pursuits or intellectual discussions, others may be capable of adapting to social situations and forming meaningful connections with others. External factors such as individual upbringing, personal experiences, and social skills development can also influence an INTP's ability to navigate social interactions. In conclusion, while there may be some truth to the stereotype of INTPs as socially awkward, it is not universally true for all individuals of this personality type. While many INTPs may feel more comfortable in solitary or intellectually stimulating environments, others may be capable of developing social skills and forming meaningful relationships with others. Number 5. INTPs are big procrastinators. The stereotype of INTPs as procrastinators suggests that they have a tendency to delay or put off tasks and responsibilities until the last possible moment. This stereotype portrays them as individuals who struggle with time management and may find it challenging to follow through on their intentions in a timely manner. This stereotype seems to be rooted in our favorite dominant cognitive function, introverted thinking again, which drives them to seek understanding and clarity in their observations. INTJs may become so engrossed in analyzing information and exploring possibilities that they procrastinate on taking action or making decisions. Additionally, their auxiliary function of extroverted intuition, or NE, may lead them to generate multiple ideas and possibilities, making it difficult for them to focus on a single task or prioritize their responsibilities effectively. However, it's important to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many INTPs may struggle with procrastination due to their intellectual curiosity and tendency to get lost in their thoughts, others may have developed strategies to manage their time more effectively and overcome procrastination tendencies. So in conclusion, while there may be exceptions, the stereotype of INTPs as procrastinators accurately reflects a common aspect of their personality. Number 6. INTPs are lazy geniuses. The stereotype of INTPs as geniuses but lazy suggests that they possess immense intellectual potential and are capable of brilliant insights and ideas, but they lack the motivation or discipline to fully apply themselves. This stereotype portrays them as individuals who prefer to coast on their intelligence rather than putting in the effort required to achieve their full potential. The stereotype of INTPs as geniuses but lazy is rooted in their cognitive preferences and personality traits. INTPs are known for their dominant function, introverted thinking, as we've discussed. It drives them to seek understanding and clarity in their observations, and they may become so absorbed in analyzing information and exploring ideas that they neglect practical tasks or responsibilities. Additionally, their auxiliary function of extroverted intuition may lead them to generate a multitude of ideas and possibilities, making it difficult for them to focus on a single goal or commit to a particular course of action. This tendency to explore new ideas and possibilities can sometimes be mistaken for laziness or lack of ambition. However, it's important to recognize that not all INTPs fit this stereotype to the same extent. While many may struggle with motivation or procrastination at times, others may be highly driven and ambitious, pursuing their interests with passion and dedication. External factors such as individual goals, values, and life circumstances can also influence an INTP's level of motivation and engagement. So in conclusion, while the stereotype of INTPs as geniuses but lazy may have some basis in perception, it is ultimately false. While INTPs are often recognized for their intellectual capabilities and analytical prowess, labeling them as lazy undermines their potential and overlooks the complexity of their personality. These videos will be really helpful for you.